Hello, UC people. My name is Salman, majoring at BMI, Business Management International, batch 2023. What's the theme of today's podcast? The theme of today's podcast is balance of academics and non-academics. What will you be getting by listening to this podcast? You will be getting the experience and challenges and achievements. You can get inspiration, motivation, better time management, and of course, get to know BMI major better. Hi guys, actually, what is IBMIC? IBMIC is an international class of business management. The School of Management and Business aims to develop independent, innovative entrepreneurs who are risk taker, creating opportunities, and equip leadership skills to manage world-class business. IBMIC also offers scholarship programs and student exchange. If you have further questions about the programs of at IBMIC or about scholarship at UC, you can contact Zaza at the WhatsApp number below 0878 4963 7649. It's nice to meet you guys. How is it going?
Okay, so hi UC people, my name is Evelyn and I'm an IPMIC student from batch 2019. I'm here invited by IPMIC SU and I hope that during this period of time I can share some things important or maybe some things that can help you in the future based on my experience and my study in UC. And if you guys have any further questions, feel free to follow me or DM me on Instagram, Evelyn Tiffany _. But I would appreciate it more if you follow my business at cottonpol.co. Thank you.
And hi as well. My name is Jacqueline Angina Clary, and I'm from IBM IC as well, batch 2020. If you have any questions about IBM IC, UC, ISMA, SU, you can feel free to ask me through my Instagram, jacqueline.aka, or you can also follow me on my LinkedIn to get more updates about what I'm all about these days. So, yeah.
So the rules of this podcast is that there will be like 5 questions and there will be like 3 sections each. The question will be like random by the digital wheel. Shall we start? Okay, first question number 1. How did you manage between studies and entrepreneurial projects?
You go first.
I go first. Since my entrepreneurial project was with friends who were also in Surabaya based, it was quite easy for me to, well, in terms of mobility, it was quite easy for me to go from one place to another. Also, at that time, I was pretty sure that it was still pretty much all online except for one class. So I had a lot of time and also a lot of space for me to like go mobile between like, yes. At that time, I'm pretty sure it was because I'm pretty sure it was like 2021, 2022, and I think it was mostly still online, so that really helped. But other than that, we also made sure that every week we have an evaluation of our groups so that we can understand like what are our next milestones, especially for the coming month, and to make sure that even if we have deadlines, we can still meet those milestones despite.
Oh, but you too.
Okay, so maybe I started my entrepreneurial project when it was on the second or third semester. Basically, it was during COVID, when COVID first started. So my team and I, we were logically speaking that we could not create an entrepreneurial project that requires many offline activities, right? So like logically speaking, and at that time we realized that digital marketing was really the trend. So people started making their own small businesses at home and then like started decorating their social media to promote their businesses, and we think that it's a very great opportunity because my team members are also capable of like photography, editing, and things like that. And so we decided to open like a digital marketing agency for our entrepreneurial project, and we did not have to, go back and forth to different places, right? Yeah, so like we took advantage of that.
Okay, next question. Let's spin the wheel. Question number 3. How did you build your networking in campus?
You wanna go first, too?
Actually, I'm an introvert, I don't really like to meet new people. But not fear, but just that I every time I meet someone new, I always think of like oh, I have to engage to a conversation, I have to make it sound interesting, like. So whenever I socialize with someone, it requires energy, but then I know how important it is, right? So yeah, so I even got to know Feifei, like I forgot from PMISU.
why I need to like go outside of my space and talking.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Depends on the setting, right? But then when it comes to a professional context, I think it's definitely a need for us to like, engage in new conversation. And my principle is always like get to know everyone, because you don't know how they might help you in the future, or we might help them in the future. So yeah, there's no need to second guess, like, oh my god, should I know? Yes.
I think similarly to what Evelyn said, like I realized pretty soon that UC is not a big campus. Like compared to other universities in Surabaya, there are not a lot of students in like one batch of like 2020, for example. So when I first went into uni, I had my own goal that I wanted to join different sectors. So like be it organizations or competitions or clubs that offered different things and would therefore have different people in them, so that the Indonesian word is temennya nggak gitu-gitu aja. So like you won't have the same circle of friends, because I think it's really easy to get stuck with the same circle of friends if, oh, I'm just gonna hang out with IBMIC students.
I feel if you go with new people, like new strangers, you must like have more guts. Like
Yes, exactly. But thankfully, like it sounds cliche, but like if you join like clubs or organizations, you have like a pattern goal or a pattern hobby or passion. So like it's easy to find conversation. Like you can start somewhere because you know that they at least like this, for example. So I think that's really much easier to do rather than just going up to a stranger and just like.
they will get like irritated or something.
Yeah.
Next question. Question 4. What organizations did you join, and how did that organizations help you?
You first.
Me first. Well, I think it's appropriate that I went first because like I did join SU for most part of my uni life, and that was mostly inspired by Evelyn and Janice's work. Like I saw them during a week, and I was like, I have to join SU. Like if it's just a member, like I'm fine, but like thankfully I was given the opportunity to also lead that batch's SU, and I think that was one of the most unforgettable moments that I had in uni. But other than that, I also joined the debate club, and therefore I had a lot of like chats with the debate group society. I guess now they're a club now. I'm not pretty sure. And I also joined at that time there was ICC, that was nature. I'm not pretty sure. It's like environmental awareness based society, but I'm pretty sure that's done now. So I don't think there's a second batch to that. But yeah.
Next
For
Oh yeah.
for me, I joined Anggota Muda SRP. So like on my first semester, they're open, right, for freshmen, and so I joined, and then it's like very short, like 6 months. Did not really have a lot to do. But then there I could get to know more people, and like, oh, so this is how it feels to be like in UC's organization. And then on the second semester, I met Chichenis, and then she asked me to become like help her become the vice president, and so I became the vice president. And then after I came back from ISMA from Italy, I revitalized UCIC, UC International Community. Yeah.
So you were the head also of UCIC.
Yeah, the story was that at first I was the ambassador, but then actually the job desk was a single player kind of thing. But then I realized that if I want this to grow big, and I think that it's very important as well, it's a very important club. And so I started recruiting like other people, other students, and then yeah, now there's the UCIC.
Now it's like
We
well
have
known
now.
compared like before.
Yes, so much better.
Next question. Question 2. How does your non-academic activities contribute to your personal academic growth?
Non-academic activities.
Non-academic activities contribute to your personal academic growth.
Well, actually, I have a business. It's called Cotton Ball, and it's outside entrepreneurial project. It's my own project that a business I created when it was the beginning of COVID, and I think it's interesting that my personal experience can be used in lots of UC's paper projects. Like we're always told to like create a business plan and then like the revenue and then like count the balance, things like that. And so with my own entrepreneurial project, it became so much easier. I don't have to like make up stories or things like that. Yeah.
And I think differing from Evelyn, I would consider non-academic experiences as I guess organizations as well. And I think that really helped me because like one, time management was something that I learned the hard way, I guess, from organizations because like you don't realize that, especially during COVID, you don't realize that like, oh, academics, yeah, there you can do it online, you can do it while you're driving. But then like with organizations, it's hard to keep people motivated. It's hard to keep people alive if you're just gonna do it, half and half, and you're just gonna, everyone can just stay off cam and things like that. So like, I feel like it really taught me about like, first of all, respect, time management, and also about like balancing that life, like I need to have my own personal life, my academic life. I learned that more while doing SU than I did in my academic because I was doing online mostly. So like when I learned about SU, I was like, okay, I can still have fun, but I need to be able to manage my time in which I can still have meetings, I can still get things done. Yes, but I can also like have my own personal time. So yeah.
Question number 5. What was your favorite part of your job when you were in the SU and or other organizations? And what is your least favorite part? SU and other organizations.
You can go first.
Okay. I think my favorite part was getting to know the members because I got to know people from different batches, right? Like seniors or juniors. And I think that was the fun part, getting to know more people. The least fun part is of course the internal conflicts inside, right? So like it's all about actually I learned from SU that when I want to manage a team, it requires lots of like mental energy. Like I have to be able to trust them enough for them to create something on their own. I cannot micromanage them because I used to be a person who not even micromanage. Like in a group work, I would do it all by myself because I don't trust others enough, right? But then in SU, I realized that if you want something to go big, then you need more people, and I should start trusting them and trusting myself that I could lead.
If you need more people, you need to have to trust them.
Yes.
Trust each you and then you try to. I know, like sometimes like things doesn't go like so
As
you
expected.
you trust so
Yeah.
you put more on yourself. Okay, let's spin it. Second section. Okay.
And I think funny that Evelyn said that because I asked for advice from Evelyn and Janice before I started my term, and I was like, what do I do? Because I feel like I'm so similar to you in the sense that I tend to micromanage people and I tend to do things on my own too. So because I got her advice, I had a lot of more trust to, especially my coordinators, because I know that they're all capable. So like their members, they should be, managed by their own coordinators. But like, speaking back to the question, I would say that my favorite part was the same as Evelyn. It was meeting all the new people, getting to know them, because it really became like a family in the end. And so I really enjoyed that because I like meeting new people. I like getting to know them. And that was my essence of SU. But the thing that I hate the most is because I don't like confrontation. So when people mess up, I tend to not correct them directly, or sometimes I just don't correct them at all because I would rather like, oh, you still love me and you don't think I'm mean, rather than I just go straight up to you and I'm just like, you did this wrong. So sometimes it takes like a lot of courage for me to like sort of go up to someone like, oh, you did this wrong. So yeah, I think that was my least favorite part because I hate confrontation. Yeah, I hate confrontation. So yeah.
So how do you do it if you don't do it confrontation? How do you like?
Well, luckily my vice at that time was quite, I wouldn't say he's confrontational, but he's like very straightforward. So when I tend to get soft and then I go like, oh, I don't think I can do this. He's like, you need to do this. And I'm like, okay, I will. I will do this. So like, yeah, he motivates me a lot to just speak up.
Do you have, question number 4, do you have a most memorable experience while at uni life? If so, please tell us the story. Of course, it will be there. A memorable experience.
So I was gonna say Isma, but
Yeah.
it's so ungrateful. Yeah, I think Isma. Would you say Isma as well?
I would say Isma and Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Isma. It was quite unforgettable. I don't think you can ever get a chance like that again. You can't get it twice in your term, so like yeah.
Isma is such a memorable
Yes, definitely.
traveling.
Yeah. And also like meeting new people, I think. Meeting new people, being able to study in a new environment that is completely different from UC. It's like I don't know, it fits my way of studying better at least in my preference.
Get to know the culture and how do they study. Like. Next. Question number 3. How was the internship experience and what did you learn from it?
Oh, internship experience. For internship experience, I joined certificasi, so I did not actually work. It was like getting trained by Sekolah Ekspor. I applied through Kampus Merdeka, so I was interested in the export import industry and like okay, why not give it a shot? Like see what's it about, because I think that it has a very good business prospect. Export, because Indonesia has lots of like nature and products and produces a lot. Yeah, things like that. I mean, like, and I think there's a very big, there are many untapped resources. So I was like, export is interesting. So I joined that. And it was all online. So I did not actually meet new people, but I just learned like more technical information about exports.
Oh. Well, I'm currently taking my internship. So I'm currently interning in a law firm in Surabaya, Martin Suryana and Associates, and I'm there as a business development intern. My job basically there is to develop the business, because even though it's a law firm, it's still a business that needs to get new clients. And sometimes most law firms get stuck in the point where like they don't have any more people to network with. They don't have any more people to, be their clients and things like that. So it's my job to sort of put out their name to society and also look for opportunities for collaborations. In fact, we're I think going to be having a solid collaboration with IBM IC in 2024. So that is maybe something that we can also look forward to. So yeah, I think my favorite part is that it's not business. So I get to learn a lot about like things that are not taught in UC or like theory based, because I think a lot of companies sometimes they treat interns as like, oh, you're just gonna do like small things and like that. So like I don't really get to learn, but like in this particular industry, I don't know anything about law, so it's something that keeps training me to get new knowledge every day.
Client, advocate, and Question 5. How was, after going through the ups and downs studying in UC, can you share a specific experience where you successfully managed your time on academic responsibilities with committees that you joined? Quite a long question.
Maybe I can answer from what I experienced like 6 months ago. It was like last semester, so it was like 6-7 months ago. We did have a class. It was called leadership something, I forgot. It was essentials or something. It's leadership class basically, and I didn't know that this particular class's like rubric curriculum involved making an organization or like conducting some sort of like a panitiaan. I didn't know that was in the books for me last semester, so I totally like booked my schedule full last semester because I did this internship from like March. And so I had to do the internship. I had to juggle all of the academic responsibilities that were done offline by this point. And I also had to juggle this apparent committee or organization that I didn't really sign up for, nor did my friends sign up for. So that was something that I quite struggled with, because like that was quite mobile. I had to move around to places, and I had to also coordinate with people offline, which was something that I didn't get a lot of experience with, especially with like 70 people. I didn't really get to do that with SU. So I had to learn again how to manage my time during that time because that one was quite mobile. Like I had to move from one place to another a lot. So
Everything needs time, like.
everything needs time, and this one in particular, they all can't be just like neglected. Like I need to have like all my 100% focus on all three. So that was quite hard, but thankfully I managed. So I'm here now. What about you, Jay?
That is good, we wouldn't be here now.
I wouldn't be here now. Yes.
Okay, maybe now that you mentioned yours, I could remind it that well, during my last semesters, like the 8th semester, I had to write my thesis for graduation. I also had Apple. I also had UCIC, so there was quite a lot on my plate. But I do have a habit of procrastinating, so I'm just gonna be blunt. I'm not very good at like, okay, I have to do these things forward, like so that later I have time to do this. No, I like to work with adrenaline, so like I tend to like later, like and then I say so yeah, I think it was quite an experience. That's why UCIC, I have coordinators, right? So now I understand the importance of coordinators. I understand the importance of secretary because at first UCIC we're all just like members of a department and there's no coordinator because I don't know any one of them, so I don't know how to appoint one as a coordinator, right? But then I thought, if other organizations did it, then it must be something like very useful. So yeah, so with that, with a better organizational structure, I was able to like, okay, UCIC. Like, okay, UCIC, yeah, please help me with UCIC. It was like, yeah, then I had more time for thesis and focus on Apple Academy.
Question number. Here comes the hardest question. What is your hardest challenge you have faced in period of adjustments between uni life and after uni life?
What do you think?
It's like not knowing what you want to do next, like, but it all comes back to the mindset that you have. Like, are you the type that, oh yeah, I want to work in a big company, I want to work like Tokopedia, I want to work for Unilever or things like that. But there are some people who are like, I want to start my own business, I want to grow what I have now. Or there's some people like, I have an opportunity for this, but I'm not sure if I want to take it or not. So basically, I'm like a mix of all. So at some point, I do want to work with for a company because I think that it's gonna give me lots of experience. But then again, I feel like if I work in a big company, it feels like I'm interning, right? Like the stereotype is, you're a freshman, you work in a company, they just tell you to do photocopy lah, serving coffee lah, things like that, right? But that's just my own prejudice. That's first. Second, I have something that I want to grow. I have cotton ball. I want to grow cotton ball. So I actually deep inside, I want to have my own business, right? In the future, like I have my own company. And third is that through Apple Academy, I just finished my application and I think I'm gonna apply my application for incubators or startups and things like that. So basically, faced with all these choices, I'm the kind of person who wants to try lots of things. So don't worry if you guys still don't know what to do, because I also still don't know what to do, right? But then if there are choices and options, you have the time and energy while you're so young, just try everything.
It's fine, no one is perfect.
Yes.
Not that your answer gives me any reassurance because I also don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm also like overthinking about like next year graduating and not really knowing, just because like I tend to be very like hyper productive. So like when I don't have things going on in my day, that's when I get stressed out. Like, what am I doing today? Like nothing. That sucks. Like I can't do anything. So just not being in uni for just interning, I feel like I have nothing to do. So it's like I don't know what I'm gonna do after I graduate, because I know like even if I'm gonna start my own business and things like that, I'm not gonna be as like hectic or busy. I think I like the hecticness, which is I think a disease, but but I think that like I don't know. I feel like it's the scary part, I think, not knowing what to do. And I think that uni also has this sense of like security of like, oh, you're always gonna have a schedule, you're always gonna have friends, but once you graduate, like you might not even meet those friends anymore, you might not have classes or any responsibility, so it's easy for you to be jobless. So yeah, I think I'm quite scared of that, but we'll see, I guess.
What has been going on in your uni life recently that you expect and didn't expect? What did you expect and didn't expect in your uni life?
Well, I'm only doing my internship in like one class right now, so I kind of expect that nothing much will happen this semester. What I didn't expect, honestly, nothing, because this semester is quite boring. If I'm going to be honest with you, there's not really much going on. What about you, Jing?
I'm gonna talk more about Apple Academy, I think, because that's what's still going on. So I expected that I would be able to learn new skills like coding, design, and everything. I expected that. But what I did not expect was to find a new family. Like my friends there, like they're very nice, and I can really be myself. It's like I'm going back to my high school days, you know, it's different because I see them every day, and then like yeah, they're all just very nice, and I think I'm gonna cry when I graduate Apple Academy this December. Yeah. And also our team's app got spotlighted for by the Apple team, and I think that was one of the unexpected result as well, because the dynamic in my group, we're all women, right? In my Apple team, and the stereotype is that women not very good coders lah. Like I should have just like asked my guy friends who are like better and stuff. But then the dynamic was very great. We all agreed that we're here to learn together as a team. So like we still have lots to learn. Like they're also not very confident with their coding skill at first, but then I think that this all women team is very interesting, and it's gonna pique lots of parties' interest. That's why I initiated the idea, and yeah, I'm glad that it's going somewhere. Yes.
Question 5. Could you tell us about the most memorable class that you attend?
Class. It's mostly online, so yeah. So no.
This is so hard to.
What about the subject of the class? Like, what subject do you think like the most memorable?
Maybe accounting because it was offline.
No, it sucks.
Like-
No.
Like for my part, it was accounting because it's offline, and like most memorable because I get to see like people around, right? Mostly the classes in semester 1 when it wasn't COVID yet. But like there's no specific. Yeah. Well.
I think similarly to JF Lynn, if we're talking about like meeting people, I guess the only real offline class where I got to see most, if not all of my batch, was leadership, the one where we had to be like a committee last semester. That was fun. That was fun, I guess, because it was quite busy and hard and hectic. But I got to see most of the friends that I only saw online, and I also got back from ISMA last semester, so I didn't really get to see them when most of my friends did on the last 2 semesters, like courses. So that was the first time I got like reintroduced to my friends like offline, like face to face. So I guess that's also quite memorable.
Did you feel like so different, or like do you like?
Yes, there are some people that I didn't realize was actually quite extroverted, because like they're just gonna like mute all the time in the Zoom, or they look like they're introverted.
Like you feel like, oh, when I see this person's like this, but he's actually like this, like. Question number 2. If you could go back to the past, is there anything you would want to change during your university life?
That is so deep. What do you?
No. I think like even the most annoying parts, I think I had to go through it so that I could learn something. So like, I think that if I could change, like I could go back to the past and like avoid those things, I think I would have not grown as a person. So I think, yeah, whatever happened, it happened for the best. So Yeah.
Keep on looking forward. They just never look at the back or turn around.
Mm, I think I wouldn't change anything as well, I guess. I think I already took all of my opportunities and goals that I really set for myself. Like at first it was like SU and then like ISMA. So like I'm pretty sure that if I change anything I did in the past, I might not get either one. So I would just prefer like okay, maybe like doing it online was the further. I was gonna say that maybe we could have done all the classes offline, but who knows how that would have ended up. So I guess it was a good thing that it was online as well.
Actually, I do want to change something.
Into offline.
No, my research methodology,
Oh my God.
AFL.
Why?
Yeah, I got 3.99 because of that. My grade is A minus because of that. And I'm like, so it's A like A is 90, right?
Yeah.
90 is A. I got 89.
Ah.
Yeah, just one more point, right? And then now my GPA is 3.99 because of that.
It's okay, Jane.
Tapi okay
No
lah.
one's perfect.
Yeah, that's why perfection belongs to God. Like, okay, sure.
What about that cover then?
Oh yeah, yeah, that one different lah. That one
I
different
can't
breed.
relate to him. He's a different breed, I swear.
Different breed, that guy.
He's so insane.
Question: what motivates you to keep being active during your time at university? What drives you to always be active?
I take the people. I take the people because I realized, again, online classes, like I can't meet people, I can't get to know people. And my point of being in university, even in Surabaya and not somewhere else in Indonesia, was like, oh, I need to expand my networking because it all comes back to like, in the future, I might not know if I meet them, like what J. Evelyn says. So like, I think that I realized pretty soon that if I just keep on staying dormant, not doing anything while I'm doing my online classes, I won't have any friends, I won't grow academically, I won't have any experiences. And so that really kept me motivated. And I also feel like it gets sort of addicting to like start, meeting new people and things like that once you start, because it's like so fun to know that, oh, you need like a cameraman, I know someone who can be your cameraman. Oh, you need like a host, I know someone who can be a host. Like, I can like help people like connect with other people that I know has potential and things like that. So it was quite fun for me to like do sort of that puzzle thing for the last few years. So yeah.
For me, my personal motivation is because I actually do like achieving things. I like the sense, that feeling, Yes, that feeling when you achieve something, right? And I always believe that if I try my best in every opportunity I stumbled upon, I would get something out of it. So like, there's no harm in trying. Like I'm not gonna lose money. I'm just gonna lose time. But even if I do lose time, it's for the better. I'm not watching Korean dramas or like staying up late playing games. Like, so yeah, that's it.
Here it comes to questions. Why did you choose IBM IC BMI for your studies?
The real answer?
The real answer or the fake answer?
The fake answer or the real answer? Which answer do you want? Do you want to go first, Jay? I don't know what your answer
Okay,
is.
so I have no plan in studying in Surabaya, right? So after I graduated high school, I thought I would go like somewhere Singapore, China, or something like that. Yeah, but God has other plans. So my brother told me, hey, there's a scholarship though for IPMIC because I went to Merlion for high school. So like I'm used to speaking English, and then there's IPMIC with English for daily use, right? And then I interviewed, and then I got a grade A scholarship, and I think what a good opportunity, I should take it, right? But other than that was actually, I feel like I want to become a not entrepreneur, a businesswoman, right? At first, like back then, like I want to become a businesswoman, and I feel like businesses all have the same essence. So even if I do learn business in China, in Australia, I mean it's almost the same, It's like about profit and selling stuff, marketing, blah 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 blah. But then what made me feel like I should take my opportunity in UC is because I know I want to live in Indonesia for a long term, and if I do want to establish a company in Indonesia, I have to know people from Indonesia, right? So then I went into UC, and I know that UC belongs to Pak Ciputra, a very well-known entrepreneur, and I feel like it's a very great opportunity. I get to get a sneak peek of what a conglomerate does to build his empire, right?
Real.
Yeah.
That was so real.
so yeah, I genuinely do look up to Pak Ciputra as Ciputra Group's founder.
I think similar to Evelyn, I also took like IP in Sekolah Ciputra as well. So I'm used to like the international curriculum and also speaking English. And so one of my considerations for IPMIC was that they said that it was an all English course. So that really benefited me because I'm not really good at writing like Indonesian essays or things like that. So I thought that this would be easy. And I also didn't, eerily similar to Evelyn, I also didn't think that I was going to take my university in Surabaya or Indonesia even. But COVID said otherwise. So I thought like, okay, might as well just join UC because I was also interested in the curriculum that they brought forth to my parents and I about like the practical courses like entrepreneurship where you don't really have to talk about all theory. You get to like use it in practice in real life. Yeah, and my parents really saw that as like sort of like the star from UC because like they don't want me to just learn theory. They want me to like start opening things and like failing and then like getting back up again and then failing again, you know. So like I can't do that if I'm only looking at a book. So I thought that that was a real start point despite having like IBM IC, IBM RC. I think it just depends on like your preference for language and perhaps friends as well because I'm pretty sure IBM RC is like 400, 500 people. So maybe if you're like an introvert, maybe you just want to move to IBM IC. Maybe that's fine, you know. So yeah.
To remind you guys who are listening or watching this podcast, if you guys have questions about IBM IC or you guys want to know more about student exchange or scholarship in UC, make sure to contact Zaza on the WhatsApp number below. Question number 5. Could you tell us about the most... Wait, question number 5. Do you have any effective study tips that you apply when you are in university life to help your learning process?
Maybe I have. I don't know if it's a study tip, but it's something that I do. I usually just set aside time for myself when I want to get things done. So I don't like to do things in like parts. I don't like to like divide my tasks into like 10 and then do it on 10 different days. I'd rather just sit for 6 hours and finish my task. So like when I do that, I usually just like turn off all my social media. I put my phone on do not disturb or I just charge it somewhere where I can't like physically get it. So I would just like do my task when I have to. And I think other than that, it's all comes back to time management because I think that if you don't manage your time well to give yourself that 6 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute that you need to study or to finish your task, you will end up just having like a lot of those tasks like catching up to you during times where it's inconvenient. Like you're out with your friends. I'm like, oh my God, I have a task I need to submit an hour from now. So like it's important for you to stay ahead, make schedules. I also do that a lot. Like I tend to plan when I want to do things and when they're due. So I get to get them done before the due date. So yeah, maybe that's...
So within the 6 hours there will be of course a break, right?
To pee, to get water. But that's about it.
I would say like, oh, you're burning for 6 hours.
Legit, like 6 hours. I've done 6 hours, but that's the most I can do. Like I can't do more than that.
Okay, cool. Do you use like Pomodoro technique? Like, do you use Pomodoro technique?
Technique.
Like a break or...
I don't really do breaks because like I'm self-diagnosing, but I think I have
The
ADHD.
focus will be gone. Or...
So like I tend to hyper-focus and it's really important to have a good playlist. Like I usually need to have a good playlist for me to like, I don't care about the world. I'm just gonna like write and not stop. So like, I think it depends on you. I wouldn't say that that's the most effective method. Like maybe some people prefer to like divide that into 10 days. I don't know. Like I'm a bit crazy maybe. So that's why I do like 6 hours. hours.
I couldn't even sleep.
That's
If I
normal.
do anything like this, like, will I be able to continue tomorrow? Will I be able? Like,
I
if do
sometimes
it-
do that for revisions. So like I would do like the last
Really?
hour for revisions like tomorrow, you know. But yeah, so that's what I usually do.
For me, I think because we're all here learning business, and we're not medical students, we're not like engineers with all those like theories and words that you have to remember. And I think the answers to homeworks or like tests are all very flexible. Like it depends on how you think. So when I learn something like a theory or a book, or I read something like when I study, I don't remember. I try to understand where it's coming from. So sometimes I do extra research, like, oh, it's saying something like this, but why? Like, but why? So I search like on the internet. Oh, because of this. So like, it trains you to have that critical thinking on when answering questions, not just on the surface, but you actually dig deeper down to why it happened and da 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 da. Like same with accounting or economics. Like I don't easily receive a formula. Like for example, for a formula for this is this minus this divided by this is like okay, that's the formula, but why? Why is it like that? Like I tend to like understand. So that way when the lecturers give you like trick questions, or like they're trying to trap you or something like that, you won't fall into it because you understand where it's coming from. Like, oh, you can twist the formula and things like that. Yeah, so that's from me.
Thank you for your sharing session, Jacqueline and Evelyn. But before we end this session, I would like to let both of you guys know that IBM ICSU has a little gift for you too.
Okay. What is the gift? Money? I'm kidding.
Business people though, it's okay. Money.
This is for you, JJ. This is for you, JJ.
Thank you.
And we take a picture.
Sure.
Take a picture, entrepreneur's greeting.
Make sure to look at
Are you pleased, Maya? Thanks for taking your time from your busy schedule. It's an honor to have you two in the IBM IC talk as our guest speaker. Till then, Salman will see you soon. Bye, UC people.
Bye.
Have a great day, UC people.